win, go win, go win, go win, go win, man, go win.
Let's transition to a matchup in the NFC West. It's a Thursday night football matchup between the 2-1 Seattle Seahawks and the 2-1 Arizona Cardinals. The Seahawks are favored by 1.5 points. It's an 8:15 p.m. kickoff on Amazon Prime Video. The over-under for this matchup is 43.5 points. So, as I evaluate this NFC West battle in Arizona, let's start off with the Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks, they are 2-1 on the season. Obviously, they beat the Saints in week 3. They dominated the Saints. The Saints are the worst team in the NFL. The Seahawks beat the Saints 44-13. The Seahawks, they beat the Steelers 31-17 in week 2. And in week 1, they lost a close matchup against the San Francisco 49ers. So the Seahawks are on a 2-game winning streak. And for the Seahawks, Sam Darnold, so far this season, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 663 passing yards, completing 70% of his passes. Now, I said coming into the season that I don't feel like the Seahawks upgraded at the quarterback position, bringing in Sam Darnold and essentially moving off of Geno Smith. I don't believe that Sam Darnold is a better quarterback than Geno Smith. If anything, I believe they're on the same level. And to me, so far this season, I would say Sam Darnold has played okay. He got 2 interceptions. He does have a high completion percentage with his 70% completion percentage, but I never felt as if the Seahawks were going to be a better football team with Sam Darnold under center compared to what they were with Geno Smith. That's why last year, even though Sam Darnold had a great season, he had a great season last year for the Vikings. 35 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, over 4,000 yards passing. He had a great season under Kevin O'Connell, and Kevin O'Connell is a great offensive mind as a head coach. And so I thought last year, Kevin O'Connell, he put Sam Darnold in positions to be successful. And I thought last year when the Vikings, when they needed Sam Darnold to play at an elite level, I felt like he did not elevate his game. And honestly, he kind of shrank in those big moments for the Vikings. And that's why they lost the last 2 games last year against the Lions, and they got blitzed by the Rams in the playoffs. But overall, I do not believe that Sam Darnold is a franchise quarterback. And I do not believe that you can actually win a Super Bowl with Sam Darnold as your quarterback. Do I believe you can win a few games with Sam Darnold? Absolutely. But I don't believe Sam Darnold is a franchise quarterback, and I think he is in the bottom half of the quarterbacks in the NFL. But when I look at the Seahawks overall offensively, I do like Kenneth Walker. Kenneth Walker III is their lead running back. I love Smith and Jigba. I think Smith and Jigba has a lot of promise, and I think he is their best receiver in that offense. They got Cooper Kupp. They got Torrey Horton as well. At tight end, they got A.J. Barner, okay? So I feel like the Seahawks, their skill position players are average. I like Smith and Jigba, but Cooper Kupp is well past his prime. I like Kenneth Walker. So I believe Kenneth Walker and Smith and Jigba are their 2 most explosive players offensively. Now, defensively, I like Mike Macdonald. Mike Macdonald is the head coach for the Seattle Seahawks, and he's a defensive mind. And I like their defense. As your pass rushers, you got Jaron Reed. You got Byron Murphy II, okay? Leonard Williams, DeMarcus Lawrence on that defensive front. In that secondary, you got Kobe Bryant, UC Bearcat alumni, okay? You got Julian Love, Josh Jobe, Devin Weatherspoon. I like that Seahawks defense. I really, really do. And I thought they did a tremendous job in week 2. They did a great job against Aaron Rodgers. They forced Rodgers into multiple turnovers in that game. I believe Rodgers in that game, he had 2 interceptions. Yes, Rodgers had 2 interceptions in that matchup against the Seahawks in week 2. And I thought even in week 1 against the 49ers, the Seahawks, they did a pretty good job. Now, they did give up 17 points to the Niners, but they also forced Brock Purdy into 2 interceptions. So that Seahawks defensively, they are great at being able to create turnovers. And I believe that their interceptions that they have forced this season is because of their good defense. I'm not ready to say that they're an elite defense like the Eagles or the Packers or the Chargers, but the Seahawks defensively, they have done a tremendous job at forcing their opponents to turn the football over. Now, when I look at the Arizona Cardinals, obviously the Arizona Cardinals, in week 1, they beat the Saints 20-13. Week 2, they beat the Panthers 27-22. And in week 3, they lost to the 49ers. I thought they should have won that game. They lost 16-15 in that matchup. And obviously, they are led by quarterback Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray for the season so far, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, 542 passing yards. He's completing 67% of his passes. Coming into the season, I said this was a big year for Kyler Murray because Kyler Murray could be on the move after this season if he does not play well. And I was thinking that the Cardinals could decide to move off of Kyler Murray and see if they can go and get their quarterback of the future in the draft, possibly next year. Like Kyler Murray, he's been the quarterback for the Cardinals since 2019. I mean, for his career, 119 touchdowns, 58 interceptions, over 20,000 yards throwing the football. But Kyler Murray has not elevated himself into that elite quarterback conversation. He just simply has not. And I do believe Kyler Murray is a good quarterback. And I believe you can win games with Kyler Murray as your quarterback. I would say honestly, I think Kyler Murray is literally average. Like he is the true definition of an average quarterback. And I do believe that Kyler Murray is better than other quarterbacks like Sam Darnold and Geno Smith. I would take Kyler Murray over the Sam Darnolds of the world, the Geno Smiths of the world. So I think Kyler Murray, you can win some football games with him, but it is going to be interesting to see how he performs the rest of the season and if the Cardinals bring him back. I think the Cardinals are a playoff contender in the NFC, and I don't think they're going to win the NFC West, but I do believe the Cardinals can make the playoffs as a wild card team in the NFC. And if you make the playoffs, I would believe and think that they would bring back Kyler Murray for another season. Now, the one player that I want to call out on this Cardinals offense is Marvin Harrison Jr. What is going on with Marvin Harrison? So far this season, Marvin Harrison, 10 receptions, 142 receiving yards, 1 touchdown. Marvin Harrison Jr. has not performed at the level that I expected him to perform at when he came into the NFL. When you think about receivers in the NFL, to me, at wide receiver, that is the easiest position, that with running back, that's the easiest position to transition from college to the NFL and have instant success. We've seen Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase and Malik Neighbors as well go from college to the NFL level, and they became elite receivers immediately. But it is something about those LSU receivers down there in Baton Rouge. If you play for the University of LSU and you're a receiver, you go to the NFL 9 times out of 10, you will be an elite receiver. It happened with Odell Beckham as well. But I'm wondering what's going on with Marvin Harrison Jr. Like, I've seen Emeka Egbuka for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 3 games. He's already popped off my TV screen and made big plays for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at critical moments in football games. I have yet to see Marvin Harrison Jr. make big plays for the Arizona Cardinals. I've seen Malik Neighbors with no quarterback make big plays for the New York Giants. I have not seen Marvin Harrison Jr. make consistently big plays for the Arizona Cardinals yet. And I believe Marvin Harrison Jr. has the talent to be an elite receiver, but he got to play better. He got to play better, and he has not lived up to expectations so far in the NFL. He simply has not. And Marvin Harrison Sr. was one of the best receivers during his playing days with the Indianapolis Colts. And so far, Marvin Harrison Jr. is not living up to the Harrison name at the receiver position. And so in order for the Cardinals to live up to their expectations as a football team, they're going to need Marvin Harrison Jr. to play better and become that true number one receiver for them to be successful. I believe the best player offensively for the Cardinals is Trey McBride. I like Trey McBride a lot. But I'm excited for this NFC West battle in Arizona. It's a big-time matchup between two potential playoff teams in the NFC. But I'm rolling with Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals to beat Sam Darnold and the Seattle Seahawks in Arizona on Amazon Prime Video. I'm going Cardinals 27, Seahawks 21.